Plants, unlike animals, cannot move around to find mates. So, nature has given them a fascinating way to reproduce and create new plants. This process, called pollination, is a wonder of the natural world. It is how plants ensure the survival of their species. Without pollination, we wouldn't have the fruits, vegetables, and flowers that we cherish. Imagine a world without colorful flowers or delicious fruits. That's what life would be like without plant reproduction. It all starts with a tiny part of the flower called the anther, which produces even tinier grains called pollen. These pollen grains are like tiny messengers carrying the secret to new life. Deep inside a flower, you'll find a slender stalk called the filament. Atop this filament sits the anther. Think of the anther as a tiny factory diligently producing thousands of microscopic particles called pollen grains. These pollen grains are vital for plant reproduction. Each grain is like a little pouch carrying the plant's male genetic material. The anther's job is crucial. It ensures the continuation of the plant species by creating the pollen needed for fertilization. Without the anther, the cycle of plant life would come to a standstill. Pollen grains are like tiny specks of dust, barely visible to the naked eye, but don't let their size fool you. These tiny particles carry the key to new plant life. Each pollen grain contains the male reproductive cells of a flower. Their mission is to reach the stigma of another flower of the same species. Think of pollen grains as adventurous travelers. They journey from flower to flower, carried by the wind, water, or on the bodies of insects and birds. This journey is crucial for pollination and the creation of new plants. At the heart of a flower, you'll find a sticky surface called the stigma. This is the female part of the flower, and it plays a vital role in plant reproduction. When a pollen grain lands on the stigma, it's a moment of connection. The stigma recognizes if the pollen is from the same kind of plant. If the pollen is a match, the stigma provides a welcoming environment. It helps the pollen grain germinate, starting a remarkable journey to fertilize the flower's ovary and produce seeds. This is how new plants are born.